This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Monday, the 17th day of November in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. More than 114 persons have been killed on the country's roadways in accidents since the start of this year. The majority of road deaths involve motorcycles, according to the police. Traffic Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Mahendra Singh said there has been a 12% reduction in all categories of accidents when compared to last year, but the situation is still worrying. Since the presentation of his report during the launch of the Christmas policing plan last Friday, there has been at least one other deadly road accident. The traffic chief said speeding remains a primary reason for fatal accidents, while motorcyclists account for the largest number of victims.
Speeding alone has accounted for at least 85 of our fatal accidents for 2025. 18 of those fatal accidents were where a single vehicle collided with what? Bridges, medians, and or as a result of breaches of traffic light signals. The vulnerable classes, motorcyclists are topping the list. Why? For careless use, for dangerous driving, for paying no heed to safety, not even safety helmet in your possession, much less wearing one. That is followed by pedestrians. 49 motorcyclists for this year would have died on the roadways. 25 pedestrians, 15 drivers, 7 occupants of a motor vehicle, 8 pedal cyclists, and 10 pillion riders.
The traffic chief further explained that private motor cars were involved in deadly accidents on 52 occasions, while motor lorries were involved in accidents on 27 occasions. Additionally, there were 11 deadly motorcycle accidents, 2 minibus accidents, and 4 involving hire cars. However, using 2023 as the base year, the traffic chief reported that there was significant reduction in all categories of accidents to date, adding that the reduction was as a result of a number of factors, including smart traffic management and the deployment of 527 traffic ranks across the country.
Present day, we are experiencing a reduction 12% in all categories of accidents when compared to last year. If you look carefully at 2024, how did we manage to arrive at 117 fatal accidents when compared to 2023? Again, it wasn't by chance. Pure commitment, expanded collaboration to include more in the multi-sectoral stakeholder arrangement.
He also said damage and minor accidents account for the largest number of road accidents. Those accidents account for more than 70% of all accidents and did not require any form of response or medical intervention, thereby not placing any strain on the health sector. The traffic chief also said the number of vehicles on the country's roads have almost tripled since 2020 compared to the previous period, 2015 to 2019, at a time when there is a great imbalance between the number of road users and traffic ranks. According to the traffic chief, a single traffic rank services almost 2,000 road users daily, creating challenges as it relates to enforcement and directional duties. He said with the increase in the number of vehicles on the roads and the ongoing construction, there is need for a more efficient traffic management plan, which should include the deployment of ranks. He noted that the police will be using technology such as those body cams and the CCTV system to improve traffic management and respond to accidents more timely. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life. Just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Every year somebody wins, but this year?
This year is my turn.
I'm going big. 48,000? Easy. That's 6 coupons.
Smart and fast. My win is just a scan away. Oh, and I take in that fridge too.
This is the winning one.
This year, the win is mine.
Shop $8,000 or more at any 6 Massey stores, and you'll get a chance to win our grand prize, the brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta, plus amazing consolation prizes. Massey stores, our family serving your family.
Ready to position your brand at the heart of the region's most influential energy event? The Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo invites you to become a sponsor and connect directly with leaders shaping the future of energy and industry. Choose from 4 powerful tiers: Platinum, Diamond, Gold, and Silver. As a sponsor, your brand takes center stage, from live press conferences and magazine features to exclusive speaking opportunities and top-tier visibility across every major platform. Enjoy premium exhibition booths, media coverage, and access to hundreds of industry professionals and decision makers. Whether you want to lead discussions, host networking events, or elevate your brand presence, sponsorship puts your company at the forefront of opportunity and innovation.
Two persons lost their lives tragically on Sunday night in another accident along the Soesdyke-Linden highway. A statement from the Guyana Police Force said the accident occurred just after 6:30 on Sunday night in the vicinity of Silver Hill along the highway. The 2 dead persons have been identified as Deron Bob and Wayne Clark. According to the police report, Bob and Clark were passengers in a motor car being driven by a 28-year-old man who lost control of the car while proceeding south along the roadway, ending up in the opposite lane. The car collided with another car which was being driven in the opposite direction by a resident of Mablissa. The impact of the collision resulted in the car carrying Bob and Clark flipping over. The 2 men were pitched from the car onto the highway. Emergency medical services were contacted and both men were pronounced dead on the scene. The drivers of the 2 vehicles and other occupants of the cars were taken to the hospital with multiple injuries. The police said post-mortem examinations would be performed on the bodies of the 2 accident victims, as a full investigation is being conducted. Drivers are once again being encouraged to practice safety along the busy highway and other roadways in the country. President Irfan Ali joined Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley, Prime Minister of Grenada Dickon Mitchell, Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown, and CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett on a special CARICOM mission to Jamaica today for a first-hand look at the damage left behind by Hurricane Melissa. The President of the Inter-American Development Bank also formed part of the visiting team of regional officials. The team visited several communities in western Jamaica that have been heavily impacted and devastated by the hurricane. The Category 5 storm, which slammed into Jamaica on the 28th of October, left a trail of destruction across the island, the Jamaica Gleaner reported. According to the Gleaner, western parishes observed the worst of the hurricane's fury, with entire communities being submerged as rivers overflowed their banks. Today's tour of the affected communities was to give the regional leaders an up-close look at the scale of the humanitarian crisis, as well as the urgent need for coordinated recovery and climate resilience support. CARICOM governments have been offering various levels of support to Jamaica through relief efforts. Medical infrastructure teams were dispatched to assist with the recovery efforts also. Guyana has dispatched members from the power company as well as members of the GDF in addition to tons of food supplies. The EU Election Observation Mission, which observed Guyana's September 1 elections, has completed its final report on the elections. Today, the chief observer for the EU Observer Team, Robert Bedron, handed over a copy of the final report to the chairperson of the Elections Commission, retired Justice Claudette Singh. The EU Observer Team will formally release the full final report on Tuesday at a media conference. During today's meeting with the Elections Commission, the EU Observer Team discussed several recommendations to further strengthen future electoral processes and possible steps towards their implementation locally. Back in September, the EU released a preliminary report on its observation of the elections. In that early report, the EU Observer Team said that while the elections were competitive and peaceful, there was an undue advantage by the governing party, legal gaps, and insufficient campaign rules, which created an uneven playing field for the elections. The EU team also explained then that the incumbent party's advantage over the other 5 political parties distorted the level playing field during the election campaign. The team also noted that elections took place in a highly polarized and evolving political landscape against a backdrop of exponential oil growth, adding that while fundamental freedoms were largely respected, the campaign was affected by unequal conditions, largely due to the ruling party's incumbency advantage. The preliminary report also noted that in the lead-up to the elections day, the president and his administration commissioned a number of public projects in addition to a number of social support programs that overlapped into their campaign activities. The report found that public projects such as hospitals, schools, roads, and bridges were inaugurated in a parallel with campaign activities, while state media, government, and social media channels amplified the ruling party's messages. EU observers said most of those inauguration events for public facilities were largely attended by PP civic supporters in party colors and symbols, while candidates' speeches urged a vote for the ruling party. According to the EU Observation Mission's preliminary report in September, the lines were blurred and campaign financing in the country remains largely unregulated, leading to a lack of transparency and accountability.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market. Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Hi, my name is Stephen Jacobs, Minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Health and fitness is the heart of a strong nation. And when we have strong Guyanese citizens, it helps with discipline and also productivity, and also a long-lasting life for you. So, for that reason, I'm endorsing the Energy Conference run on the 15th of February 2026. See you there.
President Irfan Ali has reported progress for his government in advancing transparency and accountability in light of the 2024 Auditor General's report, which was released 2 weeks ago. The report highlighted several breaches with project delays, procurement and delivery issues with the Health Ministry. In a broadcast this past weekend, the president said there has been a notable decline in problems with transparency and public accountability. He said that points to marked improvements, especially when compared to the period 2015 to 2020.
There have been other notable improvements in the Auditor General reports over the past 4 years. For example, from 2022 onwards, 100% of overpayments detected during audits were fully recovered before the audit report was finalized. This must be compared with the APNU AFC tenure, where more than 70% of overpayments were never recovered.
Additionally, the president said where gaps have been identified by the Auditor General, the government has already moved to implement the recommendations that were put forward in past reports.
As a responsible government, this People's Progressive Party civic administration has not only been aggressively implementing the Auditor General's recommendation from prior years, but also proactively addressing issues as they are detected, rather than waiting until the end of the fiscal year to address them.
Because of that approach, the president said the Auditor General had no reason to warn the government of poor implementation of recommendations from prior years in reports from 2020 to 2024. He said the government has been acting on matters related to transparency and accountability, noting that accounting officers have already begun implementing the recommendations from the report. The APNU on Friday said the Auditor General's 2024 report has exposed massive financial irregularities and mismanagement across the government, with more than $1 billion in overpayments made in a single year. APNU Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal said the findings of the Auditor General's report for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2024 paint a deeply troubling picture of financial recklessness, weak oversight, and persistent breaches of accountability laws, with several ministries, departments, and regional administrations taking blame. According to him, the report revealed that there were serious cases of mismanagement and wastage of billions of taxpayers' dollars, with more than $1 billion in overpayments made to contractors in 2024 alone.
The Auditor General examined 829 contracts valued at $48.19 billion. He found that $1.011 billion was overpaid to contractors on the 86 contracts administered by various ministries and regions. Of this total, $902 million was overpaid under 37 contracts from key government agencies such as Office of the President, Office of the Prime Minister, Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Local Government, Amerindian Affairs, Agriculture, Public Works, Human Services, Education, Health and Home Affairs, Guyana Police Force, and Guyana Defense Force.
An added $109.9 million in overpayments occurred across 9 regional democratic councils. Further, he said, based on the Auditor General's report, there was a clear lack of compliance, particularly with recommendations made. It was noted that of the 179 recommendations made in the 2023 report, 27% were fully implemented, while 54% were partially implemented and 19% still left to be implemented. MP Mahipol submitted that a recurring failure to correct past weaknesses show a disregard for accountability and financial discipline across multiple ministries. He said the APNU wants to see greater compliance and extensive audits done at the level of ministries and other state agencies.
The APNU parliamentary opposition is calling for 1. Deeper forensic audits in all ministries and regions where overpayments and unaccounted funds were discovered. 2. Public disclosure of recovery efforts, including names of engineers who facilitated and contractors who benefited from overpayments. 3. Independent oversight of ministries with repeat audit violations, especially health, agriculture, local government, and human services. 4. Strengthening of internal audit departments and real-time digital monitoring of public contracts to prevent abuse.
Mr. Mahipol also said the government must stop treating the findings as routine bureaucratic issues and address the root causes, including the issues of systemic corruption, weak governance, and absence of accountability. The Guyana Police Force has indicated that a total of 100 illegal firearms were seized since the start of this year, in addition to the police also seizing more than 450 pounds of cocaine during various operations. According to Crime Chief Deputy Police Commissioner Wendell Blanham, the gun seizures were as a result of intelligence-led operations conducted by the police.
In the year 2025, a total of 100 firearms were taken out of circulation. The most commonly encountered firearms that were seized for the year 2025 were pistols. This type of handgun is the preferred choice of weapon by serious offenders since it is easy to conceal.
Last year, 178 guns were seized by the police, while 157 guns were seized back in 2023. Of the guns seized so far for this year, 57 were pistols, 12 were revolvers, and 29 were shotguns, while there were 2 rifles. Noting that Guyana does not manufacture guns, the crime chief said a majority of the illegal guns coming into the country are coming from the US and Brazil. 7 of the seized guns came from Australia. There were another 7 from Italy, 5 from Venezuela, 3 from Turkey, and 7, the origin is unknown. However, Mr. Blanham said a total of 31 firearms are awaiting verification because their markings and serial numbers were tampered with to conceal their origins. In the world of narcotics, the crime chief said the Guyana Police Force has stood firm in its fight against trafficking, possession, and cultivation of narcotics. He said Guyana remains a transshipment point for the trafficking of cocaine, and as such, the police force has increased its operations at checkpoints across the country. He also said so far for this year, the police have seized 233 kilograms of cocaine.
In the year 2025, 233 kilograms of cocaine were seized. This represents a significant increase in cocaine seizures when compared to the year 2024, when 6 kilograms of cocaine were intercepted. I also wish to submit that for the year 2025, 861 kilograms of cannabis were seized by our law enforcement officers.
In 2023, the force seized 10 kilograms of cocaine, while in 2022, a total of 294 kilograms of cocaine were seized. Additionally, 861 kilograms of marijuana were seized so far for this year, compared to more than 1,400 kilograms last year. And for this year too, 244 persons were charged with cannabis-related offenses, while there were 58 cocaine-related offenses.
Are you ready to shape Guyana's future with your creativity, innovation, and bold ideas? The Innovation Challenge is here, and it's your chance to turn imagination into impact. We've designed 3 unique challenges for students across grade 7 to Cape, each tailored to your level of creativity and skill. For grades 7 and 8, it's all about creative and practical business ideas. How can you use technology to create or improve a business outside of oil and gas? Think about ecotourism, grocery deliveries, tutoring services, or something entirely new. Students in grade 9 and 10, your challenge focuses on business and community impact. Identify key issues affecting economic growth in your community. Develop practical solutions that consider technology, sustainability, and social responsibility. And for grades 11 to Cape, it's your time to shine in entrepreneurship and AI integration. Develop creative solutions to enhance quality of life, promote tourism, and foster community engagement in Guyana. How can AI or advanced tech amplify the benefits responsibly? So whether you're building, coding, or dreaming big, this is your platform to make it real. Join the Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo's Innovation Challenge and show how your ideas can power Guyana's future. Learn, create, innovate. Guyana's next big idea could be yours.
Our business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick.
Fresh.
Taste the Fruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Frutiful.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. President Donald Trump said the United States may open talks with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who faces escalating pressure from Washington amid a massive U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean. According to Reuters, it was one of the first signs of a possible path toward diffusing an increasingly tense situation in the region, as the U.S. wages a campaign of deadly strikes against suspected drug trafficking boats off the Venezuelan coast and in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Speaking to reporters at West Palm Beach, Florida, Trump said the U.S. may have discussions with Venezuela. However, he offered no further details about the possibility of talks with Maduro, whom the U.S. has accused of ties to illegal drug trade. Maduro denies those allegations. Senior Trump administration officials held 3 meetings at the White House last week to discuss options for possible military operations against Venezuela, including land strikes inside the country, officials said. TNT will now enjoy zero tariffs on critical agricultural exports to the United States, following a decision by U.S. President Donald Trump to modify the scope of reciprocal tariffs under the American tariff regime. On November 14, 2025, Trump signed an executive order reversing an earlier April 2 directive that had imposed a 15% tariff on nitrogen and other fertilizers previously listed under Annex 2 of the executive order. Under the revised policy, TNT would benefit from duty-free access to key fertilizer products. These products, exported under specific tariff codes, represent a multi-billion-dollar trade segment with the United States, TNT's largest trading partner. Economists welcome the decision, but urge caution, as Dr. Indira Segwan called it a major competitive and political win that strengthens foreign exchange earnings and job security, while Dr. Vanus James warned that agriculture offers little advantage and stressed the need to focus on gas-based industries and energy security. And finally tonight, international news. Bangladesh former Prime Minister has been sentenced to death for crimes against humanity over her crackdown on student-led protests, which led to her ousting, according to the BBC. Sheikh Hasina was found guilty of allowing lethal force to be used against protesters, 1,400 of whom died during the unrest last year. Hasina, 78, was tried in absentia by the International Crimes Tribunal in Bangladesh, having been exiled in India since she was forced from power in July 2024. Prosecutors accused her of being behind hundreds of killings during the protests. Hasina has denied all charges, calling the trial biased and politically motivated. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.